Things Autistic People Do, Part 9. And we're changing it to things some autistic people do.
The problem, Taylor, wasn't not just that you were saying autistic people in general, and now just change it to some. That doesn't fix how you're still generalizing autistic people in these videos. That your examples are primarily just lower support needs autistic people. And that is a very specific niche within the community. I honestly don't understand why it is so hard for you to change this series into just about you. Like, if these are things, especially because all the examples you give are experiences that are relative to you, then that is gonna be, fine. But if you keep trying to say that this speaks to a certain period or certain part of the community and also not line it up with some kind of statistic or kind of research to support that this is a fact for many other autistic people in the community, or specify which particular part of the community it's involved in with lower support needs, high support needs, medium support needs, or is it just white, or is it just BIPOC? Like, there's so many other intersectionalities apart from just saying autistic people that need to go into play when you make a series that's supposed to be about autistic people. And you've been quiet about it for a while, and you sneakily started to do these series. And what's even more hilarious is that you only did maybe 4 of the sum before you changed it back to going to talking and labeling it as autistic people, because nobody was getting on your case like last time. So yeah, here you got part 9, 10. I wish you stopped at 10. That was such a good number. I don't know how many you're doing, but then you've got some here, some, oh, look at that. We're going back to autistic people because, you're flying under the radar of the rest of the autistic community, focusing on other stuff. And maybe a lot of us, I think it's also just burnt out. But I'm really sick and disgusted by people like yourself who just ignore the comments and things from actual people in your community and all the other examples and things. And when you even try to talk about some, you said it in a way that was very condescending, where you're trying to negate or trying to, instead of sincerely being like, oops, I did something bad, you thought it was a way of, I don't know, making it sound more appealing, or trying to somehow make up for the fact that you keep generalizing in these series. What's even more alarming and frustrating when it comes to white autistic women like yourself who go into our community and keep trying to take advantage of the vulnerabilities of this community and profit off of it, is really telling to the type of person you are. Because you, in your last video with the autistic people, number 14 or whatever, at the very end of it, and you talk about some very specific things like self-harming, as well as things of how Sims can be potentially harmful for people. And then what do you do at the end of that? What do you do? Oh, you sell and promote your own little course here for support, and that's $100. That's just astounding. Again, how many fucking white coaches or white autistic women like yourself keep trying to sell these types of courses, and at a high rate that is very annoying to hear, how you guys don't ever consider and don't seem to get in your freaking head that this community, and the majority of them, are unemployed or don't have this money, and you're taking a vulnerable group of people who want a community and utilizing that vulnerability so that you can get some kind of profit. And what does somebody even get out of this? You get 4 weeks with the same group of people. Basically, it's paid friendships. There's so many other online communities that are free, that people can actually have a group of supportive people, which I've luckily been able to find through TikTok and through other means like Facebook groups and subreddits or things like that. where people can have support and actually find it. You guys don't need to pay money. You shouldn't have to pay money to get support. And if you're desperate for that type of support, I implore you to seek out other means of support first that are free before trying to get yourself into something that I don't even know what the hell you're even supposed to do in these groups. Like, at least give some transparency too of like what somebody is supposed to get from these courses or these groups, and not just this overall very vague understanding of what support is. And I'm just so pissed, y'all. It is really annoying that there is just a small percentage of white autistic people in this community who seem to actually care about other people than themselves. And I am so thankful that I have friends that are those white autistic women or white autistic people who are actual people and who are understanding and humanizing of each other and this community and want to learn and want to grow better. But it's people like yourself, Taylor, and other coaches, especially these white autistic women, that I don't know for the life of me, the biggest thing that comes to your mind when it comes to these support or these resources is money. And it's a disgusting behavior.